Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Tisha Shipley, and welcome to the 8th Annual UAGC Early Childhood Conference. We kindly request your attention for a brief moment in the spirit of transparency and utmost respect for our community. We have some information we'd like you to read on this disclaimer screen. By taking a few moments to read through the disclaimer, we empower ourselves with important information regarding the boundaries of our knowledge-sharing community. Please also take a moment to read through this slide. Then together, we will embark upon some exciting topics in early childhood education. So I am your presenter for this session, and I am very excited. I've been in education for over 23 years. I have a professional early childhood website, which is www.busyclassroom.weebly.com. I have a professional early childhood Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, blog, podcast, and YouTube channel. I would love for you to join me there. I share lots of different topics and ideas about early childhood and research being done out in the field. I love to write articles. I love to do research. I'm an aunt. It's my very favorite job ever. I love to present. Decorating is my passion. I love to decorate for all holidays. I love shopping, food, and family. So thank you so much. That's a little bit about who I am. So let's get started. First is the why for today, the why of this presentation. The why is you and your students and the students' families, maybe even the community you work in. We're going to talk today about gratitude and mindfulness. Those are going to go hand in hand. You will want to start mindfulness and gratitude strategies from day one. This will set the tone for your classroom community and your culture. So in order to teach gratitude and mindfulness to students in the classroom, honestly, you must first practice both yourself and then model for your students. And this is something that I am learning to do every single day. Relationships are the first thing. The relationships we build inside and outside of the classroom are vital. We must get to know the students, their families, and everyone that we work with in the building and outside, even in the communities. Now, how do you do this is a whole nother presentation, okay? Because today we're going to talk a little bit about that, building relationships, but we're going to talk about gratitude and mindfulness, okay? But you have to be creative. You have to engage those families and make sure you're on the same page and that they know you're on the same team and you want what is best for their child. So on the screen, you're going to see building relationships with students is by far the most important thing a teacher can do. Without a solid foundation and relationships built on trust and respect, no quality learning will happen. Timothy Hilton, an Education Week teacher. Okay, so there are some ways to build these relationships with the students and the families that you work with. One is by creating a classroom community. You do this from day one. It starts by setting up expectations with your students. And then you can see giving children responsibilities, create those jobs, model how to help peers, and then cheer each other on to success. Number 3 is provide a time to teach families. Okay, this sounds maybe a little bit hard, but teaching families is so fun. I do this through family forums, which can be a whole nother session, but if you look that up, I have several presentations out there about family forums, and I also have written several articles about family forums. This is a dedicated time you have with your families once a month. You teach families about the community and resources, what you're doing in your classroom, about the research you're doing out in the field, classroom rules and expectations, and honestly, whatever you find is valuable. So family forums are how I do that. Next is learning about each child, monitoring, observing, having small groups, being engaged with children during classroom time in centers, listening, watching, helping. I have never looked back at the end of the year and thought, I really wish I wouldn't have gotten to know that child. I always say, I wish I would have spent more time. I wish I knew that child, even though I did know my children very well. Then the last one says, learning about the families in your classroom. So you have to talk to them, make positive phone calls home each month, have an open door policy, invite them to come in, create a fun, engaging atmosphere for your families. I had a family library where families could find resources. I sent home family learning bags. I used social media to engage with families. And there are just so many ways that you can build those relationships. So be thinking about that right now. How are you going to do that? So let's jump right into the two main topics today. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is defined as 1, the quality or state of being mindful, and 2, the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental state of heightened or complete awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, or experience on a moment-to-moment basis. Okay, so do you practice mindfulness? Okay, so let's start out personally. On the screen, you're going to see a picture that describes 12 ways to practice mindfulness. They are: take a mindful brain break, practice breathing techniques, check in with your own emotions, use senses to observe an object, take a mindful walk, recite positive affirmations, spend time writing in a journal, mindfully listen to music, practice yoga or stretching, draw, color, or doodle, read guided imagery for relaxation, and spend extra time outside. Okay, so let's jump into teaching mindfulness. On the last slide, those are ways that you can practice mindfulness. If you want to take a screenshot really quick, here you go. So let's jump into how you're going to teach mindfulness. On this slide, the pictures here give 7 reasons to teach mindfulness to your students. Develop self-awareness, improve self-control, they teach coping skills, helps manage emotions, creates a sense of calm, increases focus and attention, and promotes self-acceptance. This is why teaching mindfulness is so important. There are many studies out there done today on mindful topics, and they show that mindfulness education and helping your students in the classroom, techniques to help them calm the mind and body can reduce the negative effects of stress and also increase students' ability to stay engaged, helping them stay on track academically and avoiding behavior problems. So you might think, who has time to do this? But who doesn't have the time to do it? For this reason, I believe it is important to teach families about this too. So we're doing it ourselves. We're teaching these practices in our classroom, and then we are teaching families about it, okay? I think this is a video that's wonderful to use in your classroom with your students. It talks about mindfulness and helps children understand mindfulness better. So let's watch this video.
Hi friends, my name is Mindful Aussie, and today I'm going to teach you about a special superpower that you can use no matter what you are doing or where you are. This superpower can help you do better in school, sports, music, and many other things. It can also help you calm down when you are angry, sad, scared, or have any other feelings you don't like. This superpower is called mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you pay special attention to anything with love. There are lots of things that we can learn to be mindful of. What am I doing right now? Breathing! Did you know that we are always breathing all the time? Even though we are breathing all the time, we usually don't notice it. That's why today we are going to learn how to pay attention to our breath. This is what we are going to do. Together we are going to take a long, deep breath through our nose for 3 seconds, as if we're filling up our belly with lots of fresh air. Then we're going to hold all that fresh air in for 3 seconds. Don't let it escape! After we've held our breath, we're going to slowly let it all out through our nose for 3 seconds. Let's try it together. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Let it out. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it tight. 1, 2, 3. And release. 1, 2, 3. Good job! You have just learnt how to pay attention to your breath and how to stay calm and relaxed. Now, let's all say this together. I am calm and relaxed. Ready? I am calm and relaxed. Great job! Let's say it again. I'm calm and relaxed. Mindful breathing will give you lots of special superpowers, so try and do this whenever you remember. And the secret is, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Till next time, bye friends!
So as you can see, the benefits of teaching mindfulness are plentiful, but we also have to teach those coping strategies, okay? So that video shows a really good breathing technique that you can use with your early childhood students. So on the screen, it describes 7 ways that it helps students with coping strategies, okay? It builds confidence, helps manage emotions, improves independence, helps manage stress, improves behaviors, improves self-regulation, and helps work through challenges, okay? So those are the benefits of teaching coping strategies. So let's move right on ways to start mindful activities today. So some of the ways that you can incorporate mindfulness into your school are to build the consistency and school-wide buy-in, okay? So make time for everyone, your staff, your faculties, your students, your families, to learn about the usefulness of teaching mindfulness, so students know how to talk about mindfulness and understand its purpose. Create that consistent space for mindfulness practice, like guided meditations or a place in the school library or in your classroom or in the cafeteria that they can go. So you have to start small. For most children, the term mindfulness and the strategies will be all new, just like it might be for you today. Determine what works best for you and your students. You may want to start by teaching a breathing technique, like in the video we just used or just saw, right? Provide a time for mindful practice. In order to help students reap the benefits, teachers also need time and support in adopting it. So the research out in the world has shown that mindfulness to be helpful to teachers, improving their own emotional well-being, helping them understand student perspective, and freeing them up to be more effective in the classroom, you have to have a time for it. So maybe you build this into your daily schedule. Maybe it's the first thing you do. Maybe it's right after lunch. Maybe it's after research. Get that into your daily schedule. Allow students to make their own time. Encourage students' awareness of their own emotions by allowing them and encouraging them to identify times when they can use and practice mindfulness, right? So this might be in your schedule, but it might also be a time that they can do it on their own. And then number 5 is lead by example. I've said this before, but it's important for your children to see you practicing mindfulness. So for example, if you're feeling frustrated in front of your students, pause, take a moment, take a few deep breaths, just like that video showed us, show them how to do it. Model mindfulness for them. So mindfulness and gratitude go hand in hand. So let's dig a little bit deeper into gratitude. And this is something that I've been trying to practice for a while now. Gratitude has been shown to improve mental health and boost relationships. It's also said to be a game changer in a person's life. Okay? Gratitude is defined as the state of being thankful. It sounds easy, right? Why don't we do this more? Today might be our day, right? So today we may change our outlook on incorporating gratitude practices into our classroom and even as a professional or a person at home. Okay, so gratitude is something that teachers can personally practice on their own and also teach their students. It can be incorporated into your daily practice, just like mindfulness. Okay, so why practicing gratitude is important. The more you talk about or think about what you're grateful for, the more you will begin feeling more thankful. Sharing your gratefulness helps you feel happier. It contributes to your positive mental health. It boosts immunity and heart health and helps you communicate and have a connection with people. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences. It improves your health. It helps you deal with adversity and build stronger relationships. So I have a video here I want to watch that goes a little bit more in depth on gratitude.
Research shows that adopting an attitude of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful, can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer, hold a door for a stranger, or simply smile more, and you'll probably feel better, as kindness and giving are connected to gratitude. Similar positive brain changes can occur from regular meditation and mindfulness. Keep a daily gratitude journal using an old-fashioned notebook or a high-tech app. The science is clear. Give gratitude a go. You'll be thankful you did.
All right, so let's begin by discussing some ways to practice gratitude personally so that it will transcend into your early childhood classroom. All right, so 1, incorporate gratitude into everyday practice. First thing in the morning, say out loud what you're grateful for. It can be as simple as having your computer to be able to work. 2, write down what you're grateful for. 3, start a journal about what you're grateful for. Start a vlog or a blog and write or share what you're grateful for. Be mindful because this helps you stay in the present moment. Share your gratitude with others. This widens the circle of appreciation and shares positivity out in the world. And this can happen on social media or even in different social circles. Write thank you notes. Tell people you are grateful for them and how they have contributed to your life. Tell them how they have inspired you or helped you become who you are. All of these things are good not only for the person that's doing it, but for other people also. So, strategies for practicing gratitude in your own life. Create a gratitude board or collage. Put it out there in the world. Manifest your gratitude. Practice gratitude during your meals. You can do this in the car with your family or even out on a walk or if you're having a picnic. Number 3, volunteer your time. We all know that volunteering our time makes us feel better. 4, practice acts of kindness. We have all the ways to do this. We probably already do it. Continue doing it. And if you haven't done it in a while, try it. Think about the last time you did something nice for someone else. 5, donate or give back. 6, practice mindful breathing. I feel like I try to do this all of the time, but often it's only when I'm in a stressful situation that I take my breath in. We must do this more often. Like right now, I wanted to breathe in and let it out. Number 7, express gratitude in the moment. If you are thankful for something, say it out loud or tell a person or type it in your phone or send a text message. So, strategies for practicing gratitude in your classroom community. Instilling gratitude in children has shown that they will become happier. I've been reading a lot of research on this. So, here are some ways to practice this in your classroom. Build a classroom community from day one. Have daily rituals, have them journal, have routines that include gratitude. Ask them gratitude questions and what it means to have gratitude. Model gratitude for your students. Say thank you, share what you're grateful for, express gratitude in your classroom community. Teach them to also say thank you. Praise them for having gratitude. Teach them to perform acts of kindness like sharing, helping a friend, or coloring a thank you picture. Start the day by sharing what each person is grateful for. I know every day I welcomed my students into the classroom. I shook their hand. We can even tell each other what we're grateful for that morning. Maybe it was just my mom taking me to school. Practice that gratitude. Get them excited about doing it. So gratitude in action in the classroom community. Projects that you can do in your classroom community. Family gratitude projects. This means getting your family involved, teaching them also about gratitude. Gratitude boards up in the classroom. They can bring in pictures, they can write words and put those on your board. A gratitude jar. Encourage children to draw or write what they are grateful for. Gratitude rituals. Something that you do every single day, like coming in, shaking hands, and saying what you're grateful for. Thank families, call them, write a thank you note to them, share with them what gratitude is and that you are grateful for them. 6, share with families. Encourage them to make a gratitude journal at home or a gratitude board and to have gratitude as a priority at home. So now what? What are some ways you think you can incorporate gratitude into your daily life? How can you also bring gratitude practices, rituals into your classroom community? How are you going to use gratitude and mindfulness in your classroom community? Here you can see my references, which is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. 2 articles that I've written, practicing gratitude personally and as a professional in the classroom community, and then teaching mindfulness in the early childhood classroom. You can just Google those right away and they will come up with my name. So you can use my QR code on the screen to go to my early childhood social media sites. Do you have any questions? If you do, my name's Dr. Tisha Shipley again. Letitia.shipley@uagc.edu is where you can email me. And www.busyclassroom.weebly.com is where you can find all of the articles that I've written and the first 2 that I just talked about on the last slide. I'm so excited that you have decided to be here with us today. I hope that you will check out another session and that this conference has been something that really inspires you. If you have any questions, please let me know.